Take a deep breath. What do you smell? It's more than just the freshly cut hay and the rich soil of the farm. It's the faint, warm scent of sun-baked steel, the ghost of gasoline, and the leathery perfume of a story well lived. Before you is a machine, a 10,000-pound assembly of metal and wire. But what is its true worth? Is it measured in horsepower, in towing capacity, or is it measured in the silent, faithful accumulation of memories? Look closer. This Ford F-150 isn't showroom clean. Its sides bear the faint pinstripes of overgrown trails. Its tailgate has a shallow dent from a fence post that jumped out of nowhere 20 years ago. And its steering wheel is worn smooth, polished by the anxious grip of a new father and the confident hand of a seasoned farmer. These aren't flaws. They are wrinkles on a wise old face. They are chapters. This truck is more than a truck. It's a family historian, a silent guardian that has stood witness to 3 generations of hopes, struggles, and triumphs. And in the golden light of this fading day, an old man and a young boy stand before it, not just looking at a vehicle, but reading the pages of their own lives. This is the story of the legacy held within its steel heart. The old man Samuel rested a calloused hand on his grandson's shoulder. The boy, Leo, only 8 years old, placed his own small hand on the truck's warm hood. The F-150's engine was silent, but for Sam, the air was thick with the echoes of its past. You see this truck, Leo? Sam's voice was raspy, like dry leaves skittering across pavement. It was here long before you were. Long before your papa was even your age. Leo looked up, his eyes wide with curiosity. To him, it was just Grandpa's old truck, the one that smelled like his workshop and always had strange tools sliding around in the back. This truck and I, Sam continued, his gaze lost somewhere in the truck's reflection. We built this farm together. He saw it then, a memory as clear as the blue sky above. He was a younger man, his back strong, unloading bags of feed from the truck bed, his muscles aching with the satisfying burn of hard work. He remembered the grueling summer of '98, a drought that threatened to steal everything. He and the F-150 had worked from sunup to sundown, hauling water, checking irrigation lines, never quitting. The truck never faltered, its engine a steady, reliable heartbeat in the face of uncertainty. It was our partner, he whispered, more to himself than to the boy. It never asked for a day off. He then saw another ghost, a younger, more nervous version of himself, driving this very truck home from the hospital. His wife sat beside him, and in the back, safely ensconced in a car seat, was a tiny baby Leo's father. Sam remembered how he had driven so slowly, so carefully, terrified of every bump in the road. The truck, with its broad, steady presence, had felt like a fortress, a steel cradle protecting the most precious cargo it would ever carry. "You're a papa," Sam said, his voice softening. He learned to drive in this very seat. I sat right where you're standing, my heart in my throat, telling him to ease up on the clutch. He was so proud when he finally got it right. The memory brought a smile to his face. The truck wasn't just a tool for work. It was a classroom for life, a vessel for passing down skills from father to son. But not all memories were so gentle. Sam's mind drifted to the great flood of 2011. The creek had overflowed its banks, turning their fields into a muddy lake and cutting them off from the main road. The power was out for 3 days, when a neighbor's generator failed and they needed medicine for their sick child. There was no way for an ambulance to get through, but the F-150 could. Sam remembered engaging the 4-wheel drive, the truck churning through mud and water that would have swallowed any lesser vehicle. It felt like commanding a ship through a storm. That day, it wasn't a farm truck. It was a rescue vehicle. It was a lifeline. It was the machine that ensured their small community stayed safe when nature tried its worst. He looked down at Leo, who was now tracing the Ford emblem on the grill with his finger. How could he explain it all to the boy? How could he make him understand that the deep scratch on the passenger door was from a panicked cow, or that the faint stain on the seat was from a birthday cake that tipped over on the way to a party? This truck, Leo, Sam said, crouching down to be at the boy's eye level. It's part of us. Every time it started on a cold winter morning to get your papa to school, every time it hauled the pumpkins for Halloween, every time it just sat here, waiting patiently for the next job. It was becoming part of our story. It holds all our memories. He took Leo's small hand and placed it on the worn steering wheel inside the cab. One day, you'll be old enough to understand. Machines aren't just metal. We give them a soul. We give them a soul with the life we live with them. The sun finally dipped below the horizon, painting the sky in fiery strokes of orange and purple. The old man, the young boy, and the veteran truck stood together in the twilight. 3 different points in the same unbroken line of a family's history. The hum of destiny was quiet now, but it was there, waiting for the next chapter to be written. A machine is forged from steel, but a legacy is forged from memories. The story of Samuel, Leo, and their F-150 isn't unique. It's a story that echoes in millions of barns, garages, and driveways across the country. It reminds us that the most valuable things we own are not measured in price tags or horsepower, but in the history they have witnessed and the lives they have touched. A car can be a time capsule, a tool can be a teacher, and a truck can be the heart of a family.